There we go. Okay, so I am sick of being in debt and I feel like I need to be a bit more accountable for my financial journey here. And we're going into a new year, so I'm going to start making videos about it because I have wanted to be debt-free since the moment I got into debt, and I think this is the year. I think it's doable. I think I can do it. I know myself a lot better than I did 7 years ago. So I'm going to be transparent on this channel in an effort to pay off my debt as quickly as I can and worry about the things I want to worry about instead of my money, because I want to stop thinking about it so much. We're going to be real clear, and I'm going to say it real fast. It's not that complicated. I went to college in 2012. I graduated in 2016, and I currently have exactly $5,287.11 of debt left from that bachelor's degree. No regrets. I've already paid off like $25,000 or $30,000, I forget exactly. I've been pretty aggressive about it, but this $5,000 has just been lingering, and it's driving me nuts. And there's reasons behind that, 0% interest, so like, I guess I won't pay it off right now. And job changes over the summer and a really incredibly difficult 2021, but it's time for that to change. So I also have $5,213.98, so let's just call it $5,214 left on my car, which I bought 2 years ago for $12,000. I love my car, 2012 Volkswagen Golf. Love it. It makes me feel secure. I made a very conscious decision to go into debt to buy that car. Perhaps I shouldn't have, but it was my first ever car. I bought it when I was 26, and I didn't want to be going to the garage every 2 months with problems. I feel like I'm making excuses. I kind of sound like I'm making excuses, but I'm not. I don't think. I wanted this car. I researched it a lot, and I'm happy with my purchase. But I don't want to owe the car dealership money, because who wants to owe a car dealership money? Okay, so that total is $10,501.01. If I did my math right, let's just call it $10,502. Yeah, and I want it gone. So the other bit of debt that I have, and honestly, I'm putting it in a separate category, and that's my mortgage, because I was incredibly lucky and privileged to be able to buy a house in the summer of 2020. And I also was able to buy a house for $80,000, which is unheard of. And if I had made an offer probably 2 days later than I did, I wouldn't have gotten this house. I wouldn't have gotten this house because of where I live. The housing market, like the rest of the country, just went through the roof, nuts. And it would have been bought cash probably for twice what it was, twice what I bought it for, that's for sure. So, long story short, I was able to buy a house for $80,000, and I currently owe about $73,000 on it, but it is increasing in value, I would say, by the day right now, and I'm putting a lot of work into it. Partially my own work, although I would say that's minimal. It's mostly my dad and my brother who are working on it. And I'm paying mostly my brother to do that work, saving a lot of money that way, but it's still, taking a lot of my income to do improvements on the house. I'm very certain that the money I put into it is going to increase the value more than the cost. But, it's still money, it's still dollars, and I'm not gonna, put it on my credit card. I'm paying cash for all of those improvements, so it is what it is. So I guess technically speaking, I have about $90,000 in debt, keeping in mind that $75,000 of that ish, don't look at my math too closely, is a mortgage, which, you know, it's a long-term debt, and I'm on a single income, so I'm not looking to pay that off in the next year. But I think the $10,000 or, you know, $10,500 is totally doable, and I am annoyed enough at this debt that I am going to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And I'm going to make videos about it, we'll see how often, so that I feel accountable to somebody other than myself, and so that I can stop making excuses to myself about why I should be putting my money there, here, and the other place instead, because I don't like being irritated with myself, and it's been a couple years of this, so I'm done. I guess the next question is my income, right? Because, well, I'm going to pay off my debt with my income. It's as simple as that. I quit a very steady job with good benefits in June for various reasons that maybe I'll talk about in another video. And I was living off of my savings, which thankfully I had, for, let's say, July, August, September, and October. I had some so I was living off of my savings. Thankfully I had those savings, and I was also making some kind of side income, which I could also talk about in another video, and I'll talk about it a little bit in this one because it's still giving me some extra income. I started a new job in November, which I'm really happy about. It fits with what I need right now perfectly, and I should be getting regular paychecks starting this week from that. So because that was a service industry job, waitressing, I started out busing just to learn the restaurant, not making all that much money, but this week my cut should increase and I should be getting steadier income. So videos going forward will be more specific about what my weekly income is because I am paid weekly, but I have that job and I'm also actively selling on eBay mostly, and making decent cash from that as well. And I also bake sometimes on the side and make, you know, I would say a little bit of extra income from that. But I think that'll be another video where I really break down a month, maybe December's income, and look at how I'm spending it and how I should be directing it to debt. Because this video, I really just wanted to be like basic introduction. You know, I make probably about $3,500 a month. I have $10,500 of debt that I'd like to pay off this year, probably, hopefully, before the year is out, 2022. Not going to pay it off this month, I can tell you that. And I want to be accountable to myself, and if anybody wants to watch me be accountable to myself on YouTube, then great. And I'll also be making other videos about, you know, who I've been inspired by debt-free journey-wise, what tools I'm using, what strategies I'm using, and, you know, again, I just want to be super transparent about where my money's going, and I want to change where my money is going from where it has been going. So I would be more than happy for you to watch me awkwardly begin my YouTube journey and my debt-free journey, most importantly, because this is real and I know for myself how irritating, stressful, anxiety-inducing it can be to be in debt. And I think it's a huge problem. I mean, it is. I don't think it is. I know it is a huge problem in our country and around the world. But I mean, come on, America. How have we been educating our population about debt and money and consumerism? Well, the answer is we haven't been, because we want them to spend money, and that shit, I'm done, okay?